Hey, what's happening everyone? VegetarianZombee here. Welcome back to another tutorial with the Far Cry 5 map editor. Alright guys, I've been getting a lot of questions about how to make a bunker in a map, and more specifically, how to make things underground using the map editor. It's not exactly obvious. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to create a small underground bunker, and you'll see exactly how you can start working with the editor and create your underground caverns and so forth. Okay, let's get started working with the terrain editor itself. So I'm just going to create this, and now you'll see, like, as I create some terrain, this looks like a good place. I'm going to want to put a cave inside here and put my bunker. So let's raise this up here, and we'll just do this for a little bit. Now what I want to do is we want to go down, so you can see, like, this raise or lower, and you'll notice that as I start doing this, it's basically working on the terrain. Let's make this a negative number. And you'll see here, well, I can kind of customize this, but what I'd like to do is have like a lot of overhang. I want the landscape to basically enclose my structures, but this isn't doing it like this at all. It's just making holes. The thing to understand about this terrain editor is the terrain is basically anything under your feet. You cannot use the terrain editor to make things over your head. So when you're working with the terrain editor, just think about it as building the ground. Okay, let's take this new approach and let's make a little space for our bunker. Okay, so this is where our bunker is going to go inside of, and let's just find this in our objects. Okay, so I've created something. It has a bunker hatch, and then basically the player drops down there and comes out in here. And actually what we want to do here is I'm going to select that, press 1, and just kind of make this flush with the landscape like so. Yeah, that looks okay. Okay, so now you see this right here, and you're like, well, I need to fill around this, and how do I do that? Well, the way we do this is through objects. And we use objects to construct our terrain, kind of similar to the terrain editor, but not really. So what I'm going to do is select my objects here, and I'm going to look for a rock. You can see by typing in rock, we get a whole bunch of different types of rocks here. So I can choose this rock large interior, and you'll notice, look at this. This is this is probably a little too much here, and I don't want it to clip through my base, but I can just add it right here, like so. And now I'm going to fill this in with rocks. Now let's do a quick check here. Let's see if we're getting any clipping. We're getting a little here, so we can take this and just move this over. Okay, that looks okay for now. And then later what you'll want to do is apply a texture to this terrain surrounding it. Now what we can do is select our game objects here, and we're going to want to add a spawn point. So we'll add our spawn point here. And since I'm using an assault map, I just need to create a very simple enemy AI. And we'll just put this guy over here. All right. Now let's try out our map. Okay, so here we are on our map, and you'll notice the rocks we put, they have what are known as colliders on them. We can jump on them, and they act like a regular surface. Now we can come to our bunker here. And yeah, you can see here we could do more to fill in the gaps and so forth. We open that up. We've gone down here. Look at that. We're and you look up at our rocks and you can see here we're seeing through the bottom of them. What you could do, if we can get out of here, is just do the reverse. We'll go back to our editor. If you wanted to make an underground space here that the player can look up and see rocks, just add more rocks. Okay, so if you want to add, say, a cavern underneath here, you can go to your objects here. I believe it's right here. You'll see that under nature, there are pieces and prefabs where you can actually create, basically build your caverns. So we can find this, say, this cave tunnel right here. And if we click this like so, you'll see that you can attach it to this and then the player can walk through and you can connect them together. That's like one simple way of doing it. Alternatively, here, let's delete this. We can go back to our objects here, and if we look under rocks here, let's see if we can find a rock. You can see we have all sorts of different kind of rocks in here. Let's say we wanted a cave wall. We can put that here, and this is actually really big. When you see an asset like this just means we're looking at it the wrong way. You can see if you look at it this way, we got all that stuff there. So we can take that, lower that here. We can lower this a lot, actually. This is obviously a little bit too big. So here we have our simple makeshift tunnel here, and then what we can do now is just paint the bottom of the ground here. I'm going to use a dark rock here. I'm going to set this hardness to be strong, so, we got to add... Here we have our hard rock here. We'll just paint this in now. Now, when you're setting this up, you can see we have lights coming through here. You're going to want to make some adjustments to make sure you're not getting that light seepage. All right, so now that we have that set up, let's give it a shot. I'm going to try this out now. Here we are. We look down. We're walking along our landscape, and again, you're going to want to dress up the following texture, and you can see part of our cavern wall here, but it actually kind of works here. We're going to walk up to the hatch. We'll open it up. We'll fall on down. And we look out here, and look at this. We're going through our cave. Pretty cool. And all this using objects, and notice that we only use the terrain to design the floor that we're walking on. All right, that's going to be it for this tutorial. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I will do my best to get back to them as fast as I can. In any case, thank you for watching. If you like this video, feel free to hit that like button. And of course, if you want more Far Cry 5 mapping tutorials and tips and tricks, feel free to subscribe as well. All right, everyone, thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video. See you then.